Hi, my name is Sierra Erzobi. I'm a freelance esport commentator. I actually work on VCL in North America. I've done some of the promo rally events. Congrats on making playoffs. I'm hoping we get a 3-for-3 on the NA teams for Wu Fighting. But we heard from you, Poppin, a little bit during the post match interview. But I wanted to ask then, Inspire, how does it feel just to be in playoffs in general and in that fashion from a 17-19 overtime loss to then capping off a reverse sweep with 13-0?
Yeah, I would say it's more about the way we did it than doing it like qualifying for playoffs itself because I think all of our expectations are to get to playoffs and win like the tournament. Of course, we're taking it like one series at a time, but like you can't ignore the fact that like we reverse swept them in a way, right? And then won in that fashion at the end. It feels really good to get that because that's like a memory we'll hold for the rest of our lives as a team.
Nice, nice. And to make sure that I'm again well-rounded first do interview, so apologies if it's awkward in a way. Then pop in. I guess like what are you looking forward to the most in playoffs? Like any opponents that you want to go up against early on or later on? Like what are you looking forward to the most? Do you think?
Yeah, I think that playing TSM again, of course, that's going to be a big one. But also TSS, I think that team is very strong. And I'd just like to see what it's like to play against them. Because they're a team just like us. They take a lot of aggressive fights. They play in a different way than normal teams do. And I think that would just be very fun to play against.
Got to catch one of their games. I can see why. Cool, cool, cool. And then for my interviews, like I like to ask stuff that like isn't normally asked in press conferences. So I like to dive into the history a little bit, like learn about you guys and how you got here today, specifically. And so I wanted to just start off, and either of you can answer this. Like I think you touched on it a little bit, Inspire, in your interview with Pedro, just like how you joined rankers and like that like you wanted to get back to competing outside of streaming instead. But I wanted to know, how did like the entire squad come to be? You said like you knew them and then you competed, but like how to get from knowing each other to actually committing to a VCL team.
This story is for me legendary.
Oh,
Because me, as a content creator, I asked many people to trial me. No one wanted to trial me. So what am I gonna do? I gotta do it myself, make my own team. So eventually started gathering everyone that I knew, best players that I knew. Eggster, obviously we've been in duo for a long time. Played with him forever. I knew Kane from ranked, I knew Knights from ranked. And these guys were just absolutely insane in ranked. So what's my next step? I just asked Kane Knights if they're down to play. Knights said he's down if Kane is down to play. Kane said he's down if Knights is down to play. They're both down. Then I'm in a game. I still remember this. I'm in a game. I'm doing with Trick Aim. I ask him, who in your mind is the best Sentinel who can get picked up right now? And he replied, Inspire. And in my head, I'm thinking, obviously he's the best. But like, am I actually gonna get him on my team? Is it gonna be possible? Like, he's gonna play with some ranked players? And I sent the message on Twitter. Within 5 minutes, he replies, I'm down. And those words just sparked the whole thing. Rankers, winning everything, and just being on top.
anything to add, Inspire? You think that sums it up?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like I didn't want to ever be like contracted like and stuck in tier two. Um, and with Envy, there have been like some opportunities that people wanted me, but I have like to stick with the team, happily too. And but we're at that moment like we weren't signed and like no org, and I knew they were good players, so it was almost more beneficial to do it than it would to be like signed to a like lower uh, tier org like on a good tier two team. I knew like these guys could be better than those signed teams, and if we perform how we will, like we'll be like compensated well for it, and that would be enough for me to stay in tier two.
Cool, cool. And I'm glad that like for you it was an important moment sending the message to Inspire to get him on the team. And it's cool to hear the story of how you kind of built the team, because now it feels like you guys are both kind of the leaders of the team in different aspects, right? Obviously, IGL, and then you said in the interview with Pedro as well, Inspire, that like you're there like for the youngsters, like being that like experienced player in the server, emotional leader kind of. So I was curious, what's that dynamic like between you two? Do you think as like I guess IGL and more experienced player, kind of veteran.
Well, Poppin is a IGL.
Yeah.
I just help like mid round whenever I can. But yeah, my relationship with the youngsters had its ups and downs. I would say in the beginning it was very easy to like talk to them because I also knew like the way they'll play best is like kind of just letting them do their thing. But then like kind of bring structure slowly to the team because we had no coach at the time. Um, and they're young, so as we win, like the egos get a little bit high, rightfully so, especially like Kane because he was just like MVP for so long. And I think like as we played longer, those conversations became easier to like make sure like, all right, let's have our fun, make sure we do this in the game, and keep composure. Like, and then of course like I've like competed in esports for like 13 years, like on stage in Halo,
Mhm.
eventually in Valorant. So I try to like give my tips and stuff like on stage to them as well, so they don't like feel pressure. But they receive it well, and everyone's grown into like a good player and like great friends.
Anything to add?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, it was just kind of like how do you split like the leadership role, not necessarily like, in the server, which that was cool hearing that you get to do some mid rounding, but more so from like outside of the server, kind of like team mental or nature like environment kind of perspective in leadership terms.
I feel like everyone on our team is like we treat each other equally. It's not like any one person is being like a super leader or like anyone's specifically like telling someone exactly what to do or anything like that. Like we all treat each other as equals and we all have respect with each other. Of course, the coach, there's a different aspect to that. I would say the coach definitely there's another level to it. Maybe he is more of a leader, I would say. But yeah, we all just treat each other like equals and we try to really hear feedback from each other to try and improve because we all know that we have the same end goal, which is winning and improving.
Cool. And I'm glad you kind of mentioned that end goal because I feel like you've talked about it a lot. Like win or loss doesn't make too much of a difference for a lot of you because for Ion and Kane obviously cannot ascend with this team with their current age and you guys feel like you might have opportunities just with the strong performance you've shown so far. So I guess does that add additional or like does that take away from the pressure all of trying to win it all and kind of lend you to that mentality of Inspire of taking it one match at a time or like I guess like how would it feel then like I don't want to say it would demerit the win, but like how would it change like what it means to win to you guys? Like what does it mean in that regard then? What does it mean to win to you guys?
Um, for me, I haven't told them directly, but I know like win or lose, can't move on as five. Like I know like Kane and Ian will have like strong franchise opportunities, and like us three, if we win, especially like we'll probably have like two really good players that we'll be able to pick up. So something I haven't said to them directly, but like it's definitely our last time like playing together, and I just want to make it a good memory because it could be the last time they play in tier two as well. I want them to like learn as much as possible to take into their future teams, just grow into like the best players they can, whether they're like my opponents in the future and it becomes good games or like my future teammates. Just want them to have like good careers and like look back at this moment and be like, that's what started it all, and just be something to bring up and be happy about rather than like, oh, can't believe we lost because the team is so toxic or just we sweat too much and such. I could like bunker down and make sure we have like no fun, but just want to make sure that they enjoy the experience.
Cool. And then I guess kind of then same question to you, like what would it mean for you to win Poppin considering like you built this team, like not getting competitive opportunities, like the best you had made was like I think top 32 in like the VCL qualifiers. So then like first year with a concrete team making this run all the way to playoffs and Ascension.
For me right now, I think at this moment, winning is the least we can do. We've put in so much time. We've been put in so much effort every single day grinding. If we don't win, I mean, that would just be like sad for us individually, each person putting so much time in. If we don't win, like I don't even know what would happen. I don't even know. I don't know. I just can't even see a reality where we don't win. In my mind, we've already won. we're already there. We're holding that trophy up, and we're franchised. But yeah, like Hunter said, he summarized it very well. It's the last tournament for us to all be in a team S5. It's very unlikely, I mean, it could happen, but it's very unlikely that we're ever going to be 5 on the same team again with the same people, having as much fun as we have now, with as much chemistry as we have. Like, we have such probably the highest chemistry of any team. We play games together. We just like talk with each other for hours, even out of the game, just like relaxing, Catan. We just have so much fun with each other. So yeah, it's just like making the most of what this is. Whether we do end up losing, which I don't even think is possible, but whether we win or lose, we're just making as much fun as possible, making memories.
Amazing. And then last question, which kind of touches on that. I don't know if you're allowed to say this then, like Red Bull Homeground though, you're like, we'll hopefully get all 5 of you, right? I think everyone's looking forward to seeing what Envy would do against the tier 1 teams. So is there any teams you're looking forward to going up against in that? And how do you think Envy's gonna measure up?
Yeah, I mean that would be like the last hurrah. Hopefully, if like we stick together. We said if we won, we would like for sure like play together. And I'll just leave it on that. Like we're gonna win. That would be our last hurrah. We scrim every day against the franchise teams.
Of course.
Our scrim like what's the word for it? Scrim's like here a little like lower, but like we always play tier 1 teams and we do, if not better against them. Like we do better against the franchise team scrims. And to us, like scrims, ranked matches are all the same. So I think like yeah, we could like put up a really good performance and dominate that too.
Cool. And then anything last to add, Papa, before we conclude on that?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, just like everyone's kind of looking forward to seeing Envy at Red Bull Homeground up against, your Sentinels, your G2, your Fanatics. I was curious, are you guys hyped for it? If especially it is the last ride, like Inspire says, and how do you think you guys are gonna measure up?
Yeah, for sure. We're extremely hyped about it. Hunter was saying we were scrimming the tier 1 teams. He left out that we were 20 to 4ing these teams in scrims, like dominating the competition against tier 1 teams every single day. Every single tier 1 team that is up there playing the VCT, even NRG that won champs, we've dominated them before. And I'm not gonna lie, the only teams that have played well against us, I would say are NRG, Sen, and G2. But overall, our scrim stats, I think our coach posted it before, we're at like a 70 to 80% win rate, only scrimming tier 1 teams. And of course, scrim results, they don't mean everything.
Yeah.
Matches are completely different. But it's just something to let everyone know. Like, we dominate these tier 1 teams, and I'm extremely excited to play home ground because I think it will be great for everyone to show how they can actually perform against tier 1 teams.
Well, thank you guys so much for the interview. I hope Inspire you feel better. I know you've been under the weather lately. Good luck in playoffs, and I'll actually be at Red Bull Homeground, so I hope to see you guys there. All right, have a good night.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.